through your personal account, right?
On I just clicked the button. I mean,
It's
I
the only
clicked the link.
YouTube. It's the only YouTube account you're live on, right?
I have one for my track team, but I don't really use that.
Okay, so I don't
So
think that's on there right now. So,
okay,
um, okay, it shows that we're live on YouTube.
mm,
I
you
think
sure?
we're here. Nope. It said Coach Welly when you came on there, so we should be good.
Okay, yeah,
We are
that's what
live
I
on
need.
IG right now. We're live on TikTok Shop. We're live on whatnot. We're hey, when I say we going live,
Live.
like
We
Kendrick
live,
said,
live.
man, we going hey, we going live. So it is the 28th. You know that we celebrate every 28th being the brand as a 2/8, but it's December 28th, so it's the end of the year. So we're gonna take this time to do a little bit of reflection, a little bit of projection, and then to make some statements of commitment. You know what we're doing, and that's why this is called Why Wait. Okay, we're not waiting for the new year to start. Like that's always been crazy to me. It's like in the new year, I'm gonna start doing this. I'm not knocking anybody for having a New Year's resolution. Great, New Year, all of that. But the best time to start is yesterday. The second best time to start is today. So I'm not about to wait 3 or 4 more days to put new initiatives into place. We've been doing this already. Case in point, you go to the website right now and you use the promo code Why Wait. That's WHYW and then the number 8 because you know we always stay on brand. If you put Why Wait in with that, I gotta put a banner on the website too. Remind me to do that. I'll put it on the banner. Use promo code Why Wait and in the spirit of 2025, 25% off anything in the store, no limits. Someone just used it literally right now when I said that. Hope it was somebody listening, right? So
Look,
we put that out there right now because why are we going to wait to the first to give you the deal to help you move better? We did that like 3 or 4 days ago because, like I said, the best day to start is yesterday, right? But now we're here. We're going to reflect for a little bit on all of these platforms. My mission, my personal goal for the company is to show up on live a lot more often. So people are used to us just popping up, but also people can ask us questions. I'm saying a lot of people pop up, TikTok. That's nice. So people could just ask us questions about the bands, about helping people move better, about our coaching programs that we're releasing in 2025, about the Fit Expo that we're going to in January out there in Los Angeles, a big event where we'll be on stage. We'll be doing a lot of interviews. We'll be doing a lot of presentations, working with 10. Right now, I think the list is at 30,000 attendees, and it's still growing. Still got a month of promotions to have more and more folks show up. So it's going to be a big stage for us to be on. So we need to practice. Like, we don't have to wait. Why wait? Stay on theme. Why are we waiting until we get to a big event before we stand in front of people and talk about what we've been building, what we've been working on? The whole thing is let's start now. Let's start going live now. So my personal commitment before we get into reflection and projection and all that other stuff, my personal commitment right now is I'm going to start today. I just started going live every single day. And that's a tall task, right? Like going live every single day. But I'm not gonna be on this one might be a little bit longer. I'm not gonna be in here 30, 40 minutes every day. But I work out with the bands every single day. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get on here and show the weird, crazy ways that I work out here, the things I like to leverage myself to use the band. See if anybody else is interested to follow along, to ask questions, to provide some insight. But I do it every single day anyway, so I'm just gonna turn the camera on, right? So as I turn the camera on, we're gonna see what happens and who jumps in, what comes of it, and if nothing happens, I'm just gonna flex the muscle of being more comfortable being live, right? I don't mean to put you on the spot, Coach Welly, but do you have something that you are dedicating yourself to? Not a resolution, but a dedicated practice that you want to commit to going into the new year or starting
I
today on the
do,
20th?
I do. I was actually so I drove to California for two reasons.
Mm-hmm.
In that job, I had a lot of time to think about certain things. So the commitment that I'm going to make has a lot to do with me making more long form videos.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
A lot of them are going to be, based on using the bands, how to use the bands, workouts that you can use with the bands, how to fix your hurdlers in different things that you're doing, how to fix your arms when you're sprinting. Um, I was literally going to do that starting yesterday because why wait, right? But when I
Mm-hmm.
got to California, unfortunately, it was raining, so it kind of messed up my day. But today I have a little bit of time. The sun's actually out now, so hopefully I'm going to head over to one of the high schools near where we are, and I'm actually going to start that today. So that is my commitment to make more long form videos, and then eventually be able to break those up and just show what we're doing and um, how you can take full advantage of the bands that my partner here created.
Oh, don't put the whole creation on me now. Okay. Now I have actualized the creation, but the creation started with Coach Welly. So for those of y'all that don't know our story, I met Coach Wellington when I was 15 years old, and I moved to a new location.
1997.
Yeah, I'm a new kid on the block, 1997. Yeah, way back when. So I moved to a new high school. Everybody was kind of acclimated. I'm the new kid on the block. We played football together. We ran track and field together.
28
He's
years ago,
that's crazy.
right?
I didn't realize that, right? Okay. All right. So um we've been friends the entire time. We went off to college. I went to play football. He ran track and field, and we actually lost a lot of contact. Like I left the state. I moved around. I'm always just about and around. But when I came back to California after college, after nobody was looking for me to play anymore, and I kind of retired, um, we both got into coaching, and we were coaching a track team together. We were coaching football together, and that kind of led me back into like I think I still got it. I want to play a little bit, and Coach Wellington started to train me with his track knowledge from being a Division 1 athlete for 4 years on how to get faster because I spent most of my college career trying to get bigger. Right, we try to be the things that we're not, and I remember coming to him and saying straight up like, "Hey, I don't think I'm gonna get any taller." Like, I finally comes to grips with that. Like I literally try everything. I bought tall juice off the internet once. Like I have no idea what I put into my body, but I was trying. And we were so broke, we had to go half on the bottle. So me and Major actually split the bottle. So we didn't even get the full experience of the tall juice. So we still can't even make a claim that the product didn't work, even though neither one of us grew. But we split the product, so we had like half a bottle each. It was disgusting. I have no idea where it came from. It was just we found the ad and it's like, hey, you can still grow when you plus 20 years old. Like men can do that, and we just wanted to believe it because we focus on what we lack or we focus on shortcomings instead of focusing on things that we have and maximizing those. So as Coach Wellington and I came together, we were like, okay, what we can control is how fast you are. And he broke me down. Now I played football for a long time, very aggressive nature. As he broke me down and I started to learn how to run, I learned how to walk again, literally. And as I started to unlock these things that no one had ever told me before, I started getting a lot of soft tissue injuries because I had all this aggression and power behind me. But then I had this new freeing way of moving as I started to understand it, and my body couldn't keep up with it. I was just moving too fast with the power I had for what my body was used to.
Mhm.
So the answer was, hey, let's get these bands and just tie them on you. And we were just out here messing around, but we started tying resistance bands to me in several different ways. I was in Ross, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, and buying yoga bands and Pilates bands and all of the little fit booty bands, whatever we could get our hands on to find different ways to wear it, tie it on myself. And then I could get out there and get to work. I could be aggressive, and the band would kind of keep me safe. What we discovered in this experiment was it worked wildly. Like we had a 2 year plan for me to start trying out for professional teams. I was in the CFL in 6 months. That's how well it worked. But the reason it worked way more than what we thought initially was because when we tried that, it it we realized it reinforced everything he was coaching. The way that we were tying it on, because we put them on strategically at certain places. Like, okay, you're driving your thigh up. We need something to keep control on the thigh drive. But what it was doing was reinforcing movement patterns. And it was like Coach Wellington's hand was always next to me, kind of physically telling me, like, nah, move it like this, not like that. So as I'm relearning how to walk, I'm relearning how to run. Now I end up in this situation where even when he wasn't there, if I put the bands on, it was reinforcing the movement patterns. And as we reinforce these movement patterns over and over again, um, that's what led to the accelerated success in my development and in me having a decade long professional career after that, right? And that's what led to the creation of this. So don't you dare sit here and say like, oh, you created this, right? Because it doesn't exist without what you put me through. It doesn't exist without our experience. That's when the research and development started for this. It
Right,
seems like a
right, right,
simple
right.
thing, but we're talking about from 2004.
Yeah,
Yeah, 20 years where we've been putting in the work. And it's only where we're coming up on our third year of officially being in business with the real design and the real mechanics that we put behind this. We're working out all of the kinks and we're always still looking at how we can improve and trying to get better. So,
yeah. My
um,
bad.
okay. So your commitment is to providing more long form content for the community.
Yes.
My commitment is to show up live every day and get better, flexing that muscle of just turning the camera on because I don't often jump in front of the camera. I'm usually the one behind the scenes editing and doing things of the sort. But just showing up and telling stories, showing workouts, doing drills, just being here so we're accessible. Because our main priority is to serve the community, which first and foremost is a community of coaches, people that are cut from the same cloth as us, that are out here genuinely just trying to help people move better. The coach to us is like the unsung hero, the people that we reflect on when we look at our past that influenced us the most. And this goes for good coaches and bad coaches. To be clear, we don't want any bad coaches, and we will weed them out. But we've learned from bad coaches; they
Hmm.
exist, right? This is what helps develop you, and these are the people we viscerally remember more than anyone else, as opposed to the good coaches who became like father figures, were heavily influential in a lot of the decisions that we made, and a lot of what shaped us into the men that we have become, right? So we both wear that badge proudly. And if you work with us, you're part of the team. We will call you coach all the time, not because we don't remember your name, but because that has a significant meaning behind it. Like that's a badge of honor to be called a coach. That's something you have to, especially with us, you have to continually earn, right?
Hmm.
It's not something that's just gifted to you. So as we look back on 2025, Coach Welly, I want to ask you what what sticks out to you the most about your as we look back on 20. I'm already ready. I'm already in the next year. So as we look back on 2024, you're correct. um, I will ask you what sticks out the most that surprised you about our business, our mission. What disappointed you, and anything else on top of that you would like to share.
Well, surprising, I would say that. Um, well, I won't call this necessarily a surprise because this is what we planned when we created it. But it's surprising how many different genres of movement people are embracing what was created. You know, when we created the band, we literally had only athletes, football and track in mind because that's what we did, but
Hmm.
had no idea that dancers, boxers, gymnasts, uh, physical therapists, all these different people are like, oh my gosh, this is the best thing that's ever been created. There's so much you can do with it. So not necessarily that was a surprise, but it just lets you know that you've made something great for the world because again, our whole underlining premise is to help coaches help their athletes move better, perform better, do whatever they do better. So that was my biggest surprise. Um, my biggest disappointment, or I guess negative side, would be just being a business owner who also has a full time job, who also has a family. Um, just being able to fully go all the way in, that's kind of a disappointment. Because the way that I work is when I'm doing something, I'm doing it with my whole heart. Like I'm going all in because that's just how I'm wired. So when you can't put your all into everything that you're doing, um, it kind of makes you feel inadequate. As a as a business owner, as a person who has a job, as a father, as a husband. Um, so that's probably my biggest disappointment, that I can't really fully put everything in at one time. Um, but what I'm looking forward to is, as this next year comes and the things that we're going to start doing, um, I want to make sure that I can put everything into everything that we're doing, and I think that'll take
Sounds like
away
a
any
tall
of the
task.
doubt. And it's a very tall task, but being a athlete, I like challenges. Like if you challenge me to anything, I'm gonna try to show you that I'm the man in that position. So it's a very tall task, but I'm going to make it happen by any means. So
I like how
yeah,
you eradicated. And when Coach Wellington says try, I always pull him on that. Like you don't try to go to
right,
work, you don't try to go to the
right,
bathroom. You just do it because you say
right.
you're gonna do it. And I saw you correct your vocabulary right there. I like that. And
There you go.
that's another Coach Stokesism right there. I always say challenges expose truths. So when we are presented with challenges, good or bad, it's going to tell us the truth. It's going to teach us what we're made of. It's going to teach us if it's important or not to us, and it's going to teach us if we have what it takes. Right. So yeah, embracing the challenge, absolutely. For me, disappointing this year, I would say the disappointing part for me was probably the level of growth that we've had. Now, we did grow, which is the staple of any business. If you grow from year to year, then your business is worth holding on to. If you start losing or going backwards, then you must reevaluate things.
Mhm.
But I kind of just astro projected, like, oh, we about to do this and do that, and you get ahead of your skis a little bit, because I do get so passionate about this because I believe in what we're doing, the mission underneath everything as well, and the fact that I just see how we help people, like the response that we actually get, genuine comments, genuine feedback, people sharing their stories and how the band has helped. When people are actually understanding what I'm building, and I, for lack of a better phrase, because I don't really lose sleep over anything, but I do, I do, I constantly go back to if someone says something, and it's not even negativity, just to show that they don't understand what it is that we built. And I guess that coincides with what my disappointment of the lack of growth is, because I think there's a lack of understanding of what we built, which
Mhm.
is why I've been going crazy on trying to figure out how to show up more often, going live every day. Why we put a lot of effort into our coaching programs. So it's not like insider knowledge that we can build an army of qualified coaches that understand all 28 modes. Like most people don't even understand the brand name, or why, or the fact that we have 28 modes, and let alone if we say we have 28 different modes, like what the heck are those? What are those, right? And then I saw a comment the other day like, yeah, there's no instructions in the box. I'm like, guys, there's 15 QR codes on the packaging, for the simple fact that we don't want to give you a piece of paper, one, to dictate how you must use the band, because everybody finds different ways, like you were just saying, with all these different genres. But two, we also don't want to just create unnecessary waste. Like you have your phone all the time, you're gonna hold on to that. So scan the code and get all the information you need about instructions and uses. But it is a different way from the status quo that most people do business. And that is one of the biggest challenges in creating something of value, creating something new, is that learning curve, but also not just conforming to what everybody else does. Not just saying, oh,
Mhm.
we're going to do it this way because that's how do business as business is being done. It's like sometimes you're here to change the way business is done. I was saying this the other day to Brandy when we were live, but like we both have worked in schools for the past 20 years. So you talk about a system that we believe in and where we can affect and make change, but also a system that has not seen radical change in over 100 years. And it's like, man, the same resistance band that you would find. I don't even know when resistance bands became a thing. Probably should know that research. I got to start doing some investigation. But say in the 60s, you walked into a facility to work on rehabilitation. It's the same exact resistance bands you're going to see today. No innovation, no improvement, nothing done better in all this time. So the fact that we found the value, like you find the value in education, we see the value in that and we hold on to it. But just to sit around like, all right, I'm just gonna do it like everybody else does it. Why I'm gonna do the same thing and expect the same results? That's all I can get at it. If I want
Right.
better results, I got to do it this way, right? But different takes time, right? So we didn't grow as fast as I wanted to because it's taking the time to do it the right way. I can't just jump to the end of the line, right? We had some moments where we felt like we would jump to the end of the line, and I think that's what highlighted part of my disappointment. The Shark Tank called us again, dangled the carrot in front of us again for the second time. um, and then that didn't come to fruition. And then Oprah's favorite things literally picked us and congratulated us for being on there and then pulled the carrot back again. And I'm like, oh my goodness, man. So, but these gut punches, again, great challenges. And it lets us know that we're doing something of value. We are we are making some noise. We are registering on some scale to get these type of proven commodities, these proven institutions to validate what it is we're out here working on. And every
Mhm.
time one of these things falls through, two things happens to the business. We always grow in these situations. Not because we actually even get on the platform, but because we get so much more focused. Like we got to be ready. We can't disappoint when we're on a stage like this. And then when those things fall through, it's even more motivation. Like, okay, now I got to prove it to you that you you missed out, right? Not out of spite or anything of that nature, but just the fact that oh, I kind of got to reprove it to myself. Because if somebody doesn't see the picture, they don't understand it, then we have to be better. We have to be humble enough to like we weren't good enough, and that's not a them problem. That's a us problem where
Right.
we have to tighten up the ship and we got to move better, and we have to do a much better job of showing people the value that we create and that we present. And it's reaffirming when some people express it and they get it, but I focus more on those who don't. Just like as I was in any part of the team, it's easier to see the people who get it and are the names or the stars of the team, but um, it's much different of a challenge when you have those people in the back of the team that want to be on the team, that are trying to put work in for the team or want to be involved, but they just kind of feel left out. They might not necessarily know how to play a part or what their role is or how they can contribute. And I feel like everyone that takes a chance to even give us their time or their attention, everybody that's popped into these lives. I'm trying to wave to everybody on every device just to say what's up. Um, like the fact that y'all, the fact that y'all pay us with your attention. That's why I call it paying attention. But the fact that y'all pay
Mhm.
us with your attention and that y'all actually sit here and listen to me ramble on, I take that very seriously. I appreciate that very much. And the last thing I want you to do, I consider you a teammate at that point. And the last thing I want to do is have somebody on a team not understand their role, not understand how they can contribute, not understand how they benefit from being part of this team. Right. We got a lot of different things popping off right here. This TikTok shop says I got a message. I can't even see what the messages are. So this is why I'm going
Right.
live every day too, because we're gonna fumble, right? We're gonna fumble through this thing. We're going to make all kinds of mistakes, and that's fine because this is not about being right. This is about getting it right, and there's a difference. You know, it's not about being on here and being polished and being perfect. It's not about being on here and having lights and cameras and everything set up and it being a staged, orchestrated event. No, it's about getting out here, being raw, being vulnerable, and just talking to folks about what we're doing and the intention of it all. Um, as you said, the disappointment too, and not being able to give it 100%, having families that we support, having the fact that we have 9 to 5 jobs that we rely on so that we don't bleed the business as we're trying to grow the business. You got to lead not even a double life; it's like a triple life because we still
Mhm.
coach too.
Mhm.
And as you wear all these different proverbial hats, um, it it is challenging. Which I would say the best part of this year for me has been watching your growth, right? Seeing you transform into the man and the business owner and the coach that you're becoming because it's reaffirming, like, I couldn't do this without you. And then it's reaffirming that I'm doing it for the right reasons. And the fact that neither one of us we don't take a single dollar from the business. Everything gets put back into the business. And sometimes I just think about it because I'm looking at it, I'm like I'm the crazy person that started talking to manufacturers and ironing out the details and figuring out all this other stuff. And then, you know, uh, as I'm going through my career, Mike wasn't coaching me anymore. We were just friends that would talk every now and then. I'm like, hey, I'm kind of working on this, but it wasn't like, oh, you did all of this stuff with the way we were training. Let's make a business out of it. That was never the conversation. I just kept using the stuff throughout my career and started building my own thing. And then everything I always built though, I'm like, hey Mike, check this out. What you think? Because that's the opinion
Mhm.
I value the most. That's the opinion I value the highest right off the bat. So it kind of just organically happened, which is another challenge in itself because guys, we got a pretty bad business model. Like I was go, it's it's not ideal. And both of us were way too ignorant, lack of knowledge, lack of information, lack of experience to even realize that when we started to actually invest our savings, we actually started put money in it. We actually started put our social securities and our names behind this and say like this is ours. This is our asset. If I can explain it quickly, a great business model has a product that people either buy over and over and over again, or they have a product that is very, very expensive if they buy it one time, so that there's a huge transaction with that one time buy. We have neither. We created an incredibly reliable and functional product that doesn't require a bunch of accessories and extra things because usually when somebody sells you one thing, it's like, okay, now we can sell them the next thing and the next thing. And now you got this and you need this if you want to get the experience out of it. We went from the standpoint of coaches, like, let's make the best thing ever in the most convenient, concise package that is
Mhm.
super portable for the coach and convenient for the coach to travel with. So because we started this without the business mindset of not how much can we make off of every customer, but how could we provide the best product for a coach, we created gold. Like we created a great product
Right.
with a horrible business model. Cause it's like you got something that doesn't cost a lot, lasts like forever. So nobody's going back to buy it again unless they want to buy more to share with others. But you took care of people for a very cheap price and that's it. Which means every single month it's you're looking for new customers. Every single day it's like I got to find a new customer, and for one, it's hard to scale a business like that. That's like one of the most challenging things to do in business,
Mhm.
101. And two, it made me feel incredibly empty if someone just buys a product and they're not part of the ecosystem, they're not part of the team, they're not coming back to get more information, to share their journey, and for it to be more than just a transactional experience, for it to be a real transformational experience is what we want. We want to see that through. So that's why we make ourselves more accessible now. That's why both of us said we didn't rehearse this. I hope you could tell that by now if you've been watching. But both of both of us said without any prompt from the other one, and I didn't tell him I was going to ask him that question before we came on here today. But both of us said what we're going to do for the next year was to serve y'all. Me jumping on here live every day, him making more long form content so you get more out of the experience that you have there. Like we both said, we're doing things that only cost our time to serve y'all better. Like that's how we operate, and that's why we work well together. And I think why we have seen the growth that we have seen. Now, I might be disappointed by the level of growth, but let's not sugarcoat it. We have grown, and because of that, we're just growing stronger and stronger, and we're making new waves. And we're going into this new year. I'm gonna speak on your behalf. Feel free to chime in or cut me off, tell me differently, but I'm more confident than ever at any point that we've ever been in the business. And we've had some confident breaking experiences during the time, but some real challenges that is like,
Right.
man, like what are we doing, or can we keep doing what we're doing? Because at the end of the day, we know what we want to do and what we want to accomplish, but business doesn't care about the nobility of your heart or how good of a coach you are. At the end of the day, bills got to get paid.
Hmm.
Money has to move, and business doesn't care about that. Business cares about business, right?
Yes.
So
Agreed.
wearing those multiple hats and still staying true to serving coaches to the best of your ability is a wonderful challenge, wonderful, wonderful challenge that we are embracing. Um, as we project into 2025, and as you already said, you want to show up with more long form content. I want to show up live every day. Is there anything else top of mind, or anything else you want to share about what it is you want to bring into the new year?
Um, I just want to, you know, I have this mindset that when I was in California, I would do these winter coaches clinics
Hmm.
where LA 84, um, they would bring us in, myself and other coaches to pretty much literally coach coaches on the events that we specialize in.
Hmm.
And you know, when I initially started, I was very very nervous about speaking in front of these people, even though I
Uh huh.
knew I had some pretty good information, I had some good knowledge. Um, just the fact that I was speaking to other people, right?
Hmm.
And I realized that over time that I was supposed to do that because it was developing me for literally what we're doing now.
Hmm.
So I want to get to a point where I can do that more often. Not only with track and field, but just with the bands in general. So being able to sit in front of coaches and give them that 2-8 experience and just let them know, like, hey, you know, I know you had bands before, but you never seen bands like this,
Hmm.
and just breaking that down for them, like this is what you can do, this is how you can use them, and just being able to do that time and time and time and time again, whether it's live, whether it's in person. Um, I want to get to that, and I want 25 to be a year where I'm in front of a lot of people, and just giving them that experience so that they can, help their coaches, help their athletes, and all of the above. So um, that's what I'm
Uh,
seeing visually in my head.
real
So
quick, somebody on Whatnot just jumped on and said, "What's this?" What this is our company, 28 Bands. We help coaches and individuals move. We help coaches coach better, but more importantly, we help people move better. So I just wanted to address that to you real quick. But the reason you see me from a side angle is because I'm on here with my partner, co-owner, co-founder, and we're just talking about the year and the reflection of us as a business and what we hope to bring to the table and want to build out more. And he's talking about his coaching experience. So thank you for your question. I just wanted to address that real quick. We're on live on YouTube. We're on live on Instagram. We're on live on TikTok. We're on live on Whatnot. All these at the same time, seeing if I literally got 4 different devices going off here at multiple angles as we try to do this. But our whole goal is to show up live. So, Coach Wellington, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just wanted to tap in
good,
and answer questions as they come in.
of course, of course. Um, So yeah, like I was saying, I just want to make sure that I have this vision that that's going to be the main thing for 25, while I'm also putting together this long form content to teach about the bands and help you make your athletes better using them and all of the above.
I believe a wise person once told you the simplest long form content to do is just go live.
Yeah,
That's why we
definitely
here,
heard
right?
that.
Just keep
Yeah.
showing up for folks. I should have. That's what I should have did in all of these chats is posted our website, which right now everything is 25% off in the spirit of 2025, right? And yeah, it's not 2025 yet, but that's why the place is called. That's why this is called Why Wait, because we're not waiting to help you guys, and we're not waiting to get started. That's why we're starting to go live as we do on the every 28th as 28 bands, the brand name. Um, before we wrap this up, you got a big event coming up, right?
Yes, sir.
You want to tell the people about this event, where they can find you, and what's going on?
Of course. So in January 25th and 26th, we will be in Los Angeles, California at the 2025 Fit Expo, where we will be presenting our bands, how to use them. Um, we'll be there to where you can purchase in person. Um, we're going to do a live workout on stage. I also believe that they're going to be asking me questions about how the bands can be used, where they can be purchased, and things like that. So if you are in the LA area, um, I believe it's in the convention center,
Yes.
correct?
Well, yep. LA
So it will
Convention
be in
Center.
the LA Convention Center, January 25th and 26th. I will be out here with a few of the teammates, Coach Jesus, Coach Brian, I believe,
Hmm.
Mrs. Chantel, who is a
Coach.
Pilates
Yeah.
instructor, Coach
It's,
Chantel, sorry,
we are
and then
super inclusive, and I don't even know the right terminology, but
right.
coach is genderless, right? Just we keep it inclusive.
Yeah, of course it is. It's interchangeable. Um, and then Coach Major will all be out there at the convention center, just promoting the band. So if you are in that area, please stop by. Um, love to talk to you, especially on my LA people. I'll be back in town then, so um, hope to see you guys there.
Yeah. Big event. A lot of expectations come into these big events because we hope we go in there and we make some life changing collaborations. But the biggest thing we get out of all of these events is a magnifying glass on the fact that we just got to keep showing up and talking to people
Hmm.
because it's undeniable when we're standing in front of people, when we're able to demonstrate, when they're able to feel the texture, the smooth softness of the bands, but then actually get the application. And we understand there's a lot left to be desired if you just order online and you receive a package and you never get to interact with the coach. So it is all about leaning into coaching and these personal experiences. We would like to show up to a lot more places. As you guys noticed, Coach Stokes was not mentioned as Coach Wellington was rattling off who's going to this event, right? Um, we haven't grown big enough for me to go. Now, that could change in the next couple of days, but we've put a strong cap on if we're not at X level by 2025, then we can invest on flying me across the country because I'm in Europe to get out there and represent um, and get on the stage and get in front of people, shake hands, and show people how we're changing lives. You know what I mean? And for all of those that will not be in California, like myself, um, or possibly not California, that want that type of experience, this is why we put the programs on our website for training. That's not just for coaches. We have an introductory program where if you buy the program, we give you the bands for free. I don't
Hmm.
know how much easier I can make this for you guys. Like, I don't know many tools. I don't know if any tools out there that just say, hey, if you buy up for our one-time service where we get to show you how to maximize the product, we'll just give you the product for free, right? It's kind of like somebody saying, hey, if you come here and we can teach you how to drive and maneuver this vehicle, we'll just give you the car for free. You just got to pay for that training session. Seems a little crazy, but like I said, we can't do things the way that they have been done and expect
Hmm.
bigger and better results. We have to do it differently. So if you go onto the website, you sign up for the 2-8 experience, we'll send you the bands for free. Coaches, if you go on the website and you sign up for the IMBC certification, that's the International Move Better certification. That includes 10 bands, coaches pack, where you get 10 bands to work with your clients that you already have, the athletes you already have, the people that you support. That's included in the package. So the cost of taking the actual certification program is literally, or no, it's not literally, it's very close to how much just the bands cost. But then you get coaching modules, you get training sessions, you get live sessions, you get all kind of extra stuff with that. You also get access to a premium commission rate, 40%. That's 40% of bands and coaching services. So we open up the value something ridiculous. Like I had to get on Chat GPT and I'm like, look, hey chat, we we offer this, we offer this, we offer this. This is how much we charge for this, and that. Coaches get this all in this package that is $828. What is the actual value of the package? Chat GPT went through this 3 separate times and the lowest value they got to was $4,400 of value, not earning potential, because the whole program is built so that you can earn with us. We create
Hmm.
an ecosystem where coaches who come to us and sign up and take our certification program, you start to become part of the real 2-8 team of coaches like Coach just mentioned, Coach Brian, Coach Jesus, Coach Chantel, Coach Major, all certified. Coach Sabrina will be there as well. Uh, they will all be they are all either certified or finishing their certification in the next 2 weeks. But then as they're at the convention and they're helping out, they're making 40% commission on everything they do, like everything.
Hmm.
So they can walk out of there making a. They definitely gonna walk out of there and paying for their certification easy. Like that should take like 10 minutes, and they don't have to do anything. They just have to stand there and hold the scanner. But when they actually get out there and start showing people and doing stuff, the profitability is exponential. But we can't open that door to everyone. So we have to qualify folks. We have to get them certified to make sure that they
Yeah.
understand what movement really matters, what type of movement really matters, and how we really help serve people. And that's how we trying to show up 2025. Not trying to show up. That's how we showing up in
That's how we're
2025.
showing up.
That's stuff, right? We showing up, we helping people, we showing out, and we're building a stable of coaches. So if you don't have to have coaching experience, because we literally build this foundationally from the ground up. So if you care about how you move or how the people around you move at all, and you're interested, just send us a message. We'll give you all the details you need, walk you through the process of,
Yes.
even if it's just for yourself, or especially if you have children. I think this is essential, that just as a parent, it's your responsibility. Like if your child had dyslexia or reading disorder, trouble learning, you might not be the educator that would be able to help them, give them the special attention that they need. But as a parent, it would be your responsibility to see that they get some of the help that they need. I mean, who else is going to do it, right? Unless it's a coach or a teacher that identifies something and tries to help them. So we try to, not try to, we train coaches to be those type of people that can identify these type of problems, not inside of a book necessarily, but when it comes to movement. But everybody, everybody has running dyslexia. What does that mean? That means when you start to translate what it means to run and you try to do it, you actually see it backwards. You don't actually see what's happening, that what generates force and what speed actually is. And
Right.
then we just allow people to continue living the rest of their lives assuming, oh, okay, he knows how to run. She knows how to run. They know how to run just because they play a sport and they get out there and they move faster than walking. That's not running. And that leads to chronic injuries because of improper movements that happen over repetitively over and over again. That leads to a lack of enjoyment of movement because when you don't move the way you're supposed to, it can become it can feel awkward. It can be uncomfortable. It's leading you to injury, and your body's literally telling you that, but just in a slow way. And also the social aspect of it. Like when you're the slowest one out there, when you don't move very well, and they're picking people for a sports team, who they gonna pick last? And how many people want to just stand there and get picked last over and over and over again? And why would somebody want that for a child, right? And I'm not saying sports is everything, but when you move better, you feel better. When you feel better, you do better. And when you feel better, you learn better. You treat people better. You feel better about yourself. You have different type of confidence. It has nothing to do with becoming a professional athlete. It has nothing to do with getting a scholarship because of what you do on the field, on a court, in a pool, or anywhere. It has nothing to do with that. That comes with it as an added benefit and added bonus for what we do. But let's call a spade a spade. This is as important as reading and writing,
Right.
right? And for anybody who wants to argue with me, I'm like, cool, let's play the deathbed game, right? Or let's play the bargaining game. If all the chips are on the table and you only get to pick one, or if we want to do an exchange, say, okay, I'm gonna give you all the money in the world, but you gotta die tomorrow, or you gotta live in pain for the rest of your life. You got all the money in the world. What are you gonna choose, right? If I can give you all the knowledge and all the knowings in the world, but again, you're going to be in physical pain. You're not going to be able to move correctly. You're going to end up with some type of ailment that makes the quality of life physically unbearable. Which one are you going to choose? And we can say right here and the right now, I want the education, I want the money, I want this or that. But long term, we always choose our health. And that's not just what you put into your body, that's how you treat your body. Right?
Hmm.
We don't not yet. We're not nutritionists. We're not getting into all of that. But what we can control is not necessarily what you put into your body, but how you treat how your body moves.
Yeah.
We hear the phrase often. What is it? Movement is medicine.
Yes.
Nah, that's whack. Movement over medicine, right?
Yes.
It's not. Movement is not here to replace or be the medicine for everything, but movement is the cure. Good movement is the cure for a lot of the ailments that we suffer from. And when you practice a life of moving well and feeling good about yourself, you'll be surprised how other things in your life fall into place and how much more beneficial it is. All right, I've been on my soapbox enough. Again, this is all in the light of just being live and showing up in different places. How long we been live right now? I don't even know. I can't see a time. I got four.
About almost 49 minutes.
Okay, so we're gonna go for 50 minutes. All right, cool. Is there anything else you would like to share with the 2-8 community for somebody just put in there, that's fire. Sounds like inspirational merch. Yeah, we don't have much merch at the moment, again, because it comes down to functionality. But we do have some shirts that we will put on the website pretty soon that do say some motivational, inspirational things. But this is our merch because we wear these all the time. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like we made a wearable band more than anything. Um, Oh, 5 new messages on TikTok, and I can't see none of them. I'm gonna have to figure this one out
Right.
because
I'll
we
say
are
this
live.
though, though. I don't know if they can hear me on all five of the platforms, but
Yes, they can.
um, oh, good. If you have any questions that you would like to see in video form, that would be a way for me to explain to a multitude of people in one setting. So if you have any question about the bands, if you have any question about what you can do to help this or help that, DM us and I will have that out as soon as I can get it recorded and edited. Because like I said, that's
Absolutely.
a part of my commitment this year So send those messages. I'll get that video out as soon as I can to answer any questions that you may have.
I second that notion. When that is one of the biggest fuel that drives the business going forward right now is customer feedback. And it's awesome. Like, it's gratifying for us when you guys are like, oh, these are amazing. This is great. Yay, yay, yay. Positive, positive, positive. Awesome. We're gonna share that. We're gonna let the world know you're part of the team and that you get it and that you're with us. But then we're
Mhm,
always gonna respond with a question: is there anything else we can help you? Because while this might
mhm,
be what you were looking for and was good, there's still more underneath the hood. And
mhm.
the other part of that is when people do have questions or there are misunderstandings or something is missing the mark, this is what we look forward to more than anything, because this is our opportunity to truly serve. And we are men of service, like,
Yes,
above
we
all
are.
else.
Yes.
So, uh, quick little anecdote. Within our almost 3 years of business, we're at 2.8. Is it 2.8? It's 2.8
For
years. 2.8 months. Nah,
oh,
April 28th,
April. Yeah,
2025 will be
yeah,
2 years.
yeah,
Yeah, it's 2.8 years.
yeah.
So
Absolutely.
2 years, 8 months, and literally today, 2 years, 8 months. It's two
Mhm.
years, 8 months today. Um, we have sold out of inventory twice.
Yes.
The first time we just didn't see it coming, uh, but it was, and it's a gut wrenching feeling when you sell out of inventory, because you're like, the validation of that is awesome, but at the same time, it's like, well, no one can get this movement right now. No one
Right.
else can get the
Right.
stuff that we have, so then we're scrambling to catch up. But um, the second time it happened, we had planned for it, but plans don't things don't always go according to plan in business. So you got to have backup plans, contingencies, which we had a lot in place. It just so happened we spent 3 months of this calendar 3 months, 3 weeks of this calendar year sold out. And it has affected our business negatively, which is the sole reason why I don't have a plane ticket to come to Los Angeles right now,
Mhm.
because that little setback. But in both of those moments, while we're not just sitting there twiddling our thumbs, we're hyper focused on the fact that, okay, we can't deliver the product, but what do we say all the time? This has to be much more than just the product. This is about how we serve. So in this moment where we literally cannot deliver the product, how can we serve better? And I think in those two moments, that both of those moments have been pivotal times where we have developed the foundational backbone of why we continue to grow and why we are seeing the success that we are seeing, because those moments have challenged us in a way that has forced us to evolve and serve better. So this last one where we ran out for 3 weeks and we lost because we were an Amazon Choice product, which is a badge you earn because people would buy your stuff consistently, lost our badge because they
Mhm.
couldn't buy it. No other reason than the fact that they couldn't buy it. And then we have no way, even though our sales have gotten back to normal, we have no way to make Amazon give us that badge back, right? Which hurts our bottom line because we don't sell as much without the badge, right? But when we responded to that with how can we serve better, that's when we really sat down and focused and built out the IMBC program. And we built out the 2A experience as a service, not just to offer something else to the community of 2A, but these are things we have been talking about for the better part of 2 years. Where it's like we just hadn't been able to sit down and focus and get to it because we were stuck in the daily operations of making the business work. But those setbacks made us sit down and set up for the future. I did not try to articulate those bars that just came out right now, but that just oh man, that was that was pretty
That's that
good, man.
wordplay. That's
I'm gonna
that
see if I can.
lyricism.
I gotta see if I can get that off of this. So now that we're live on all these platforms, I'm pretty sure these platforms save all of this as well. Um, we're live on all these different platforms too, to be transparent. I keep accidentally inviting people on TikTok. TikTok is crazy, man. I don't understand this thing at all. But that's okay because I'm here and
Young people.
I'm gonna keep fumbling and failing out loud. But as we continually show up on these different platforms. We're trying all of them, but it's all the same thing. A camera's on and we're talking. So that's why there's no qualms about us being on multiple platforms at the same time. The other aspect of this though is we do this so we can condense. So one of these platforms is going to tell us this is where your attention needs to be and where you'll have your highest level of service. That being said, last thing I'll mention before I get up out of here, we're gonna hit an hour today, bro. I feel like Unc and Ocho right now, like we just bang, 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 right? Nightcap,
Right.
right? We're gonna start going live on our website. So we built out a page on there already. If you go on there now, you'll just see a little tab that says live, and there's just a nice little blurb on there. But what's gonna happen is we're actually gonna be able to go live, like we're going live on all these platforms now. And I'll turn these things on because we have people in different from different angles, different communities, our Instagram community, our YouTube community, TikTok community, the whatnot community. We're gonna use all of these like I'm using them now, but we're gonna focus on being live on the website, which means people can come to the website, stay on the website, see things about what's actually happening in the company instead of being bombarded with the platforms, great platforms, but they come with distractions because there's so many other accounts, so many other things that you're looking at or looking into that they're doing. And why did my whatnot just completely cut out? Um, all right, I guess that session's over. But that was weird, huh? It says we're still there, but the camera's not on.
Hmm.
I don't even know how to cut that off. But anyways, we want to go live on the website. So what we'll start doing is a couple of days before we do these lives on the 28th, where we want to go live more often. I will be going live every day on YouTube and Instagram. So that's my goal is turn both of those on live at the same time, doing my 8 reps. Right, I'm doing 8 reps of whatever movement it is I'm doing. Y'all gonna learn some new movements. You have opportunity to ask questions. It's gonna be quick, either in the morning or in the evening when I can get to it. But I do these things every morning, every evening, anyways. So I'm just gonna turn the camera on and get to work. But when we do these more long form ones, they will be on YouTube for sure because that's the king of long form content at the moment. And then the other one will be on our website. So we'll host 2 to 4 more long form content things on our websites. Sometimes it'll just be a live workout, like Coach Wellington when he does his. If he starts going live weekly, it's gonna be on YouTube and the website. So if you're a YouTube subscriber, you could be on there, but on the website, you'll actually be able to see the products, understand more about the website, and still see him going live at the same time. So he's going to be doing both of those. And I think it's really cool that our website will actually have those videos. So then if you miss Coach Wellington's workout and you're looking at the bands, then you can go on there and see that workout and do it with him at a later date and time and see other questions that people ask or whatever happens in his live session. So as we are doing this, we're going to keep showing up live in different places. But this is to figure out where the best place is for us to put most of our attention for the time being to be the most effective, reach the most people, and see the most engagement. So if you want us to show up live on a certain platform for you, make sure you tap in and engage, ask questions, let us know what you want to see. That's the biggest driver and what it is that we do. Coach Welly, of course, I will talk to you, but I won't talk to you publicly. Wishing you and the family happy holidays. When do you drive back?
I drive back Monday morning.
This type of dedication it takes, folks. I don't think y'all understand. This man just got a van and drove from Texas with all of our inventory for an event that happens in January. Now we can't fly with all this inventory because it's too much, and to ship it all, one we just end up in shipping nightmares all the time, where stuff just ends up lost or it's out of our hands. So this man just literally hopped in the van and drove to California to drop off all of our inventory so that we're locked and loaded and ready to go for this event at the end of January. This is the type of dedication that people just don't understand or don't see when they just order a band off of Amazon. And that type of dedication is why we will be successful, why we have been successful, and why we will continue to deliver the way that we've been delivering because we have true commitment from the top coming on down. Now we don't really have a lot of people. I hate saying like underneath us to just because we see you as equals. A coach is a coach. Like I'm a coach. He's a
Mhm.
coach. Everybody else we listed as coaches. So we teach. We talk to them all with the same level of respect. We all come into every situation trying to learn and to listen, as opposed to just to talk and to dictate. Now, of course, we all want to lead, but we are interested in those who can lead alongside us. Like you're not going to be a 2A coach if you can't come here and teach us anything. What's the point, right? We're not just
Right.
creating carbon copies, but we're building a team of people that bring something different, something new to the table to enhance the experience for everybody that we serve. Iron sharpens iron, but man, I need a bunch of different type of irons up in here to really to really provide the best possible service for all of
Right.
those that are part of our community at the end of the day. So it's a level of commitment. It's a level of sureness of things that have not been seen. That have, like I said, we're not taking any money from the business. We don't get paid for any of this. And Coach Wellington and I are basically just working off of faith that we know we are serving how we want to serve. We know that we are helping people on so many different levels, and we just believe in it. I honestly, that's our business now. Like I said, bad business model, but the business now going forward, like I said, we have more confidence than ever because we have more direction and focus on how we're going to build and stay true to our mission, but also strategically grow as a business. I still can't tell you, and I'm pretty sure Coach Wellington can't tell you right now what that means for us financially in the future. Like, when will I be able to leave my 9 to 5 job? When,
Right.
what will I ever be able to say, oh, this business paid me this or I made this up? We have no idea what that means for our financial future whatsoever.
Right. Right.
And while that can be scary, there's also beauty in that as well because we know we're doing it for the right reasons. You know, and that does not, let me be clear, that does not mean we do not want to get paid. That does not mean that we don't want to make this a very lucrative thing, that lucrative asset that we can pass down generation after generation. And that's why we're building it the way we're building it too, so that everybody that comes to work with us is coming into a lucrative cooperation. That there's so much room to grow and expand and leverage the systems and the tools that we have built to actually generate wealth and to have more control over your life in a way that you actually make a real impact on people's lives that last a lifetime. Somebody teach you how to run the right way, it's like riding a bike. That's gonna be with you your whole life,
Right.
right? But how many of y'all ever had a run coach that haven't ran track and field? I'm just gonna leave that there. All right. Happy 28th, everyone. I see a couple comments in the chat real quick. I'm gonna check here on IG real quick. Yeah. Yep, you will. You will be even more successful. Appreciate you. Appreciate you for sure. All right, just some more words of some affirmation, confirmation of what it is that we're doing. Somebody in here from Greece. That's what's up. It's pretty late out there. All right. Look at I wasn't lying to y'all. Look, like so there we are on TikTok. There we are on YouTube. That's where we were on whatnot. You see my post-its and stuff we gotta do. And this is IG. And we out, G. Why wait though? Seriously, that's the theme. Y'all stop. Oh, you can see the reflection there too. Uh, Stop waiting. If you're gonna do
Love
something,
way.
the best time to do something you say you're gonna do is the day you say you're gonna do it. Start by starting. Get out there and get to work on whatever it is you're gonna do. The diet doesn't start on the first, because first off, on the first, you're probably gonna turn up. You're gonna have some soda and some drinks and some other stuff. Like it's like a party. It's a celebration. That's the worst day in the world to start a diet. So start 2 or 3 days earlier, and then have yourself a cheat day on the first, and then keep it going after that. Right? Why are you waiting? If you want it, go get it now, because ain't nobody gonna give it to you. If you want it, go get it. Why wait? I'll wait for a good answer, but that's the only thing I'm gonna wait for from you, not from me, because I'm gonna get out there and I'm gonna go get it. So this is my first live, going live every day. Coach Wellington, I made sure we went over an hour, so you got your first long form content. So I'll chop this
Right.
down for you, and you can post it however you want to. And hey, we just gonna keep showing up and hold us accountable. You hold us accountable by asking questions and giving us feedback. So appreciate all y'all. Have a wonderful, wonderful new year. Above all else, be safe. Like it's not a time to be stupid. It's not a time to go out here and be reckless and to throw caution to the wind. Go have fun, enjoy your loved one, enjoy whatever it is you got going on. Celebrate how you celebrate. But just because it's a new year doesn't mean you gotta wait to find a new you. All right. Everybody start moving better today. Coach Welly, anything else?
That's it for me. Enjoy the last couple of days of this year. But again, don't wait. Why wait? Go get it right now.
Why wait? Um, we out. So I got like a lot of screens to close off. I still don't even know how to turn whatnot off. I think it's still on.
Right.
All right, TikTok. Let me I see the power button on you. You made it pretty simple. We're gonna end that one. Boom. 370 viewers came in on TikTok. I don't even
That's
think I
right.
had 5 followers on TikTok. All right, we're gonna end it on Instagram. And here's the thing about Instagram: you end it, and then it's like share it, and as you put share, um, we have no idea if it's actually going to take.
Right.
But why wait? December 28th. All right. And I'll see what happens with this YouTube one. But hopefully, I don't know. I don't think it's going to post to your channel, but it'll post it to a channel. And this is our ground zero. And then the website is it ground one? I don't know how that works. But this is the home base for going live right now. YouTube, this is where our biggest audience is. And then the website will be the next one. See, somebody's honking and told you it's time to get off. All right, man.
Right. All
Safe
right.
travel, safe New Year, man. Easy.
Yes, sir, you too.